Now, a major factor in the cost of living is the cost of rental. And when it comes to accommodation, it's all about.
Generally, I would say the cost of transport on a monthly basis, if you put the car fuel price or even the public transport passes, etc., comes to around.
Healthcare was probably the most important criteria for us in deciding for Thailand. And so far, we have been.
There are many international schools all over Thailand. Unfortunately, they are.
For the food and groceries, average bill for a month would be around.
Average monthly expense, if you go on a weekly basis for a movie, to the bar, etc., you can budget around.
Hello, folks. Welcome to our channel. My name is Seema,
And my name is Yogi.
and we are super excited to do this video together. Thanks a lot for your response on the video so far. We love your comments, your questions, your suggestions, and even book recommendations. It keeps us motivated to produce and to present more useful and relevant content. Special thanks to our subscribers, and if you have not done so far, please subscribe to the channel if you find the content useful.
And a short note to our women viewers and subscribers. When we started the channel, we only had single-digit percentage of women watching the videos. Now it's double digits. So fantastic. Thanks a lot for that. One of our last videos, Retirement in Thailand, was really well received, and we got tons and tons of questions about the costs and expenses in Thailand. And that's what we're going to do. In this video, we'll try and give you a breakdown of monthly expenses and put it in different categories.
So firstly, we look into accommodation, and we primarily focus on the rental part. We can do a separate video on buying a property in Thailand, as we have done so. Second category is transport and travel options and the related costs. Then we look into healthcare, and we split it into two sections, which is the healthcare insurance cost and the medical cost. We also look into the education cost for schools and colleges. Then the typical expenses like food, groceries, shopping, entertainment. And then we look at some miscellaneous categories like utilities, gym membership, and so on.
By the end of the video, we'll try and give you an average monthly cost in three categories. One is for a Thai local. The second is average cost for a foreigner living in Thailand. And the third is above average or a relatively luxury lifestyle in Thailand. So far, based on our experience, if you just look at costs in isolation and remove the other factors like quality of life and healthcare, etc., from a cost perspective, based on our experience, we think Thailand is more expensive than India. It is probably at a similar or at par cost as Malaysia, Indonesia, and a few more, I would say, East Asian countries. But it's way cheaper than US, UK, Europe, and even Singapore and Dubai, the other, let's say, residency locations that are more popular. So let's get started into the details.
So let's talk about accommodation. Now, a major factor in the cost of living is the cost of rental. And when it comes to accommodation, it's all about location. Which city or which area of the city you are looking for. How close it is to the public transport or to other amenities or facilities like supermarkets, gyms, school, and so on. Also, if you're looking for a condo or an apartment in a building, then the amenities in the building are also important. Now, there are a couple of major real estate sites where you can look for rental properties online. For example, if you look at Fazwest, you can find a 2-bedroom apartment or a house anywhere between 15,000 to 30,000 Thai baht. And this includes utilities such as gas, water, and electricity. Typically, you will pay a 1 month or a 2-month deposit over and above this rent. Now, that budget in central Bangkok will get you a compact apartment. And in the suburbs or other cities, it can get you an independent house as long as you avoid typical tourist areas like in Phuket or Pattaya. Another thing to note is that most apartments in Thailand come fully furnished, including white goods. So you can actually just move in with your luggage. Also, most apartment buildings in Thailand have a common gym and pool. Generally, we have found these facilities quite well maintained, and the size or number of pools also vary depending upon the size of condo. Some condos have additional facilities like garden or kids play area or a working office, etc.
When it comes to transport, if you're living or planning to live outside Bangkok, then car is a preferred option. Generally, the highways over here, the roads are fantastic, and it's a pleasure driving around here. If you look at the cars, there are all kinds of models available here, similar to anywhere else in the world. From a price perspective, a Toyota Fortuner or an Innova would cost as much as it does in India, similar prices. Petrol here is around 35 to 40 baht per liter, so a bit cheaper than India. And very few toll roads, and the toll is also 50 or 40 baht on the ring of Bangkok. Lots of EV options nowadays here, much cheaper than India, because in Thailand they are giving subsidies on EVs, and I'm super impressed with the charging infrastructure of the electric vehicles, and we are driving one of those electric vehicles too. If you plan to live in Bangkok, then public transport is a much better option, just because of the traffic, and the public transport in Bangkok is fantastic. You have BTS, you have MRT, you have the airport link, multiple options within the city and the till connecting to the outskirts of the city. A typical ticket starts on the BTS or the metro from 17 baht, and a day pass is around 150 baht per day. And there are also rideshare, the famous being Grab and Bolt, and both of them, if you take from a city to the airport, it could be around 300 to 400 baht for one-way trip, and within the city it costs around 200 to 300 baht for a trip. Generally, I would say the cost of transport on a monthly basis, if you put the car, fuel price, or even the public transport, passes, etc., comes to around 3,000 baht per person per month.
Healthcare was probably the most important criteria for us in deciding for Thailand. And so far, we have been super impressed with the services here. As for the cost, there are typically two components of healthcare cost. One is insurance premium and one is the typical medical cost. Like in India or many other countries, Thailand has both public and private health system. Public health system is free for all Thai local people and for foreigners working for Thai companies. But mostly expats go for private health system because it is more catered towards expat and there is no more accessibility as for the language. The annual insurance premium in Thailand can range from 6,000 to 40,000 Thai baht. Now, this is a wide range and it depends on various parameters, specifically deductible and coverage. We have taken insurance for around 8,000 Thai baht and it is quite sufficient and provides coverage of 4 million Thai baht per illness or disability. Surgery and hospital expenses are covered as per the actual charge. Doctor consultation is around 1,500 per visit. This brings us to the second component, which is actual medical cost. A doctor visit would cost around 300 to 700 Thai baht in most of the international or private clinics like this. A fees in private hospitals could be more, but given the vast network of GPs and international clinics, people generally do not go to hospitals for minor medical issues. For major medical procedures, let's look at the approximate cost of heart bypass surgery and hip replacement at one of the international hospitals in Thailand. Again, it depends where you go for such procedures, as the cost could vary between lesser known private hospitals to well-known hospitals such as Bangkok or Sukhumvit Hospital. Now, dental is usually not covered in the health insurance, or you have to add it as an optional benefit with additional premium. But typically, a root canal treatment would cost around 8,000 to 12,000 baht, and a tooth extraction is around 800 to 1,400 Thai baht. And this is in one of the private clinics. Many options available for annual health checkup, ranging from as low as 1,500 Thai baht to as high as 30,000 Thai baht. Here we really found wide range of options, and even the basic health checkup at a clinic could be 1,500 Thai baht, while the same checkup at a private hospital could be around 6,000 Thai baht. So someone will have to really do detailed search, and pick up packaging meeting their requirements.
When it comes to education, there are many international schools all over Thailand. Unfortunately, they are expensive. Their fees is anywhere between 400,000 to 500,000 baht a year, which comes to around 1 lakh rupees a month. Now, you have to be careful of not comparing these international schools with the so-called international schools that we have in India, because these are truly international. You have teachers from all over the world. You have students who are Japanese, Korean, Indian, Europeans, Americans. The students really get a full international exposure and education. However, if you do plan to bring your children here, then you have to budget anywhere between 40,000 to 50,000 baht a month from an education perspective.
Thailand has a eating out culture. That is why you will find a lot of food courts with local Thai dishes and many international dishes. On an average, you will have around 100 to 200 baht per meal, including a 50 baht coffee. Unfortunately, there are many limited options when it comes to Indian street food and vegetarian food. But there are many Indian restaurants and takeaways options in most of the cities. You can also find Indian grocery stores in most of the big cities, or you can get it delivered through delivery apps like we did in Hua Hin. For the food and groceries, average bill for a month would be around 15,000 Thai baht. This is for, let's say, two people. For a bigger family of three or four, you will have to adjust your budget accordingly.
One thing that I can promise you is that in Thailand, you will never be bored. There are amazing nightclubs, bars, cafes, movie, cinema halls all over Thailand, not just in Bangkok. And if you come to a multiplex like this, a cost of a movie ticket is around 200 to 250 baht per movie ticket. Unfortunately, there are limited Bollywood options, but you'll find all the top Hollywood blockbusters playing all the time. If you go to a bar, a cost of a beer is typically 200 to 220 baht per beer, and a cocktail or a wine can be around 300 to 400 baht. When it comes to shopping, I think there are all the international brands out here, starting from H&M, Zara to Louis Vuitton and those big brands. And I think the prices are almost same all over the world as it is here. Seema and I, we both are not really those big shopaholics, so we have limited knowledge there and we are not covering that in this video. However, we would highly recommend going to the night markets. You'll get amazing deals from shoes, clothes, accessories, and not just from a deals perspective, but it's a good day out or a night out at these markets because you get some amazing food, some live performances, good music, and the vibe is amazing generally. Typically, an average monthly expense, if you go on a weekly basis for a movie, to the bar, etc., you can budget around 4,000 baht per month for having a nice entertainment or a night out.
In addition to all the other categories, and based on our experience so far, we would recommend a budget of additional 5,000 baht per month for some miscellaneous stuff. Now, this could be some, let's say, a gym membership. You want to go for something over and above what is available in your condo gym, or it could be for your salon treatments like beauty treatment or a hair treatment, or it could be going for a spa or massage once in a week.
All right, so we are back. So to sum up all these expenses, if we try and put it in three types of individuals, so one is how a Thai middle class person would live, how a foreigner in a middle class lifestyle can live by in Thailand, and third is an above average or an upscale life in Thailand. So as you can see, a Thai can have a good life or a middle class life in 35,000 baht monthly. For a foreigner, you can have with 55,000 baht a fairly decent life in Thailand. If you want a rather upscale or a luxury life, you can do it in 100,000 baht a month and you'll have a fairly decent life in Thailand. We've tried our best to get you these expenses based on our own experience on a daily basis, and also from the hospitals, the schools, etc., the car prices, etc. So you get the latest view on from the sources. So I hope you found the video useful and you also found it insightful.
And yes, this video was primarily focused on the cost of living in Thailand. In the upcoming videos, we will also like to touch upon the quality of life and the way of living in Thailand, specifically as an Indian. So please do let us know if you would like to know about any particular topic or if you have any comments. And do not forget to like and subscribe.
So till the next video, till the next topic, and till the next location, goodbye.
Goodbye.